Hi everyone, I'm Megan Chabalowski with the U.S. Institute of Peace here in Washington, D.C. I'm really pleased to be a part of your global future. I want to thank the International Relations Council for inviting us to join. And I am looking forward to talking to you as part of this session. So I would like to share with you more about working in the field of international conflict management and peace building, drawing on examples from our work at the U.S. Institute of Peace. We work in war-torn countries around the world. I also want you to begin considering ways you can build peace right now in your own communities and in the world. So to get us started, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the U.S. Institute of Peace and our history, because it gives you a good sense of what I mean by peace building. We are a national, nonpartisan, independent institute, founded by Congress and dedicated to the proposition that a world without violent conflict is possible, practical, and essential for U.S. and global security. We were created in 1984, but our history really goes back to the 1960s, when members of Congress who were veterans of World War II, who were so seared by their experiences at war, that they wanted to create a national peace academy, someplace within the U.S. government solely dedicated to peace, that would perhaps complement the military academies. Some members of Congress introduced legislation every year. And in the 1970s, a growing grassroots movement of everyday citizens from across the country formed around this idea. So by 1979, with this pressure from Congress and from this movement of people, a commission was created by President Carter to explore what a National Peace Institute would look like. What would its role be? The results of this commission was our founding legislation, our founding act, which established us as an independent, nonpartisan national institute to serve the American people and the federal government to promote international peace and the resolutions of conflicts among the nations and peoples of the world without recourse to violence. So a couple important notes here, and they're literally highlighted so you can tell they're important. We are independent. We report directly to Congress. We serve the American people by helping the United States promote international peace. So finding nonviolent solutions to respond to violent international conflicts. So an important point is that we only focus internationally. So we don't conduct peace building work within the United States itself. We're also nonpartisan. So that means that we do not take a stance or represent a political party. In this photo, you can see our headquarters in Washington, D.C. It is in the lower left-hand corner. We're the building with the roof that looks like a soaring dove from some angles. We're located on the National Mall, right near the war veterans' monuments and memorials. This is an important location for us, and it shows that we serve as a symbol of peace, a symbol of America's commitment to peace, in addition to the kind of work that we do. So what does it mean to work in the field of international conflict management and peace building? What does that actually look like? So I'm going to tell you about some of the ways we do our work, which will give you a sense of all the different ways you could pursue this career. One is think. So we, in many ways, are like a traditional think tank in that we produce a lot of research and analysis into these nonviolent solutions to violent international conflict. So we have experts at USIP who focus regionally or on a particular country or on a particular theme, like gender or religion or the environment. And so that's a direction you could pursue, is perhaps studying those areas or those regions or those countries or those topics, becoming an expert in them and coming to work at a place like USIP. So we share that information through events, many of which are public and online, so you can watch them, through publications like books and reports, which are all on our website, and within the media. But we also act on the ground. So we are running peace building projects in countries around the world. So from working with women mediators in Colombia, to working on reconciliation in Iraq, to helping prevent violence around elections, like in Afghanistan, to bridging divides between police and communities, such as in Burkina Faso in West Africa. We are supporting and working with governments, local partners, and everyday citizens to help build a more peaceful and inclusive world. We also provide education. So if you're interested in teaching people, you can teach the skills of conflict management and peace building. So we run training programs around the world. We also have an online campus that you can attend classes, where you can attend online classes. And they're actually all for free through the end of this calendar year, which is a great resource for you. So education is an important part, teaching people the skills of international conflict management and peace building. And you can see in this map the places where we work or where we support peace building work through grants. And last but not least, one of the ways we educate is through our public education team, which is the team on which I work. We serve the American public in all 50 states by sharing with them the work of the Institute and talking to them about why international conflict management and peace building matters, how it's practical, possible, and essential to US national security. So I wanted to talk very quickly about 4 different approaches to thinking about careers in peace building. One is learning. You can study conflict and peace in college and in graduate school. There are peace studies programs, there are conflict studies programs, and that's an excellent way to go about it. In fact, I got my master's degree in international peace and conflict resolution, and so that's a direction you can take. But you can also study almost anything and come to work in this field. We did a survey of staff a few years ago and discovered that people had about 26 different, at least 26 different majors. And these ranged from biochemistry to journalism to international relations to anthropology to law. We have a number of lawyers on staff and more. So there are lots of paths to working in this field. What everyone has in common is they want to use their skills to build peace. So learning can be diverse. Language. One thing that everyone does have in common, though, is that it's a great benefit if you are fluent or proficient in another language. So as you're thinking about working internationally, think about what language classes you might be taking now, what you might want to take in college, ways that you can develop a second language or even third for some of you, because that will give you an edge. International experience. The majority of staff at USIP have studied or worked abroad before coming to the Institute. This can look like a lot of different things. It could take any shape, really. But anytime you can get international experience, that's both beneficial to you for coming to work in this field, but also just for personal growth. It's great to be able to go live and see other cultures. And last but not least are internships. So internships will really help you learn new skills, build new connections. They're a great way to get a foot in a field. So if you have the opportunity to take any internships, I strongly encourage you to do so. But really any work experience, anything you can do, maybe volunteering in your local community with an organization or a program that does something that's globally connected, that will count and that will be a great benefit to you. But really, you don't need to wait until you're starting your career to come work in peace building or to learn about it. There are lots of things you can be doing right now, and this is something we really encourage young people to think about, high schoolers to be thinking about. How can you begin not only learning about international conflict management and peace building now, but also doing something in it, taking action as a peace builder? So USIP offers virtual resources to schools. And so I'd love for you to take a look at this and think about how you might engage with us, how you might want to work with us right now. We have access to our experts, so you could connect your classroom or your school with anybody at the Institute who's working on these issues or in these countries of conflict. I'd love to work with you on getting you connected. We offer great content on our website about current events. So one way you can be a peace builder is just staying on top of what's happening around the world, knowing what's taking place. We also offer free educator resources for teachers. So feel free, please, to pass along this content to any teachers you're working with. We also have some great student resources. There are contests on our website that you can apply to, you can get involved with, including an essay contest that just launched this week. And then there are additional online learning opportunities. So you can take a course through our global campus. Short courses are called our micro courses, and they're about 3 to 5 hours long, and they're all free. And so they're a great way to begin learning about this field and about some skills you might need that you can begin to apply in your own life right now. We also offer virtual visits. So if you can't come to DC, which most people can't at the moment, we would love to bring our headquarters to you. So connect with your teachers and talk about getting a virtual visit set up so that you can come and virtually learn about who we are and what we do and see our beautiful space. So there are lots of ways to work with us right now. As you think about your future as a peace builder, I'd love for you to think about your present and ways that you can begin building peace in your community and in the world. So please stay engaged with us. You can sign up for our bi-monthly newsletter on USIP's website. You can also sign up for other USIP newsletters that will keep you in the loop on important peace building work that's taking place around the world. You can find additional resources, and you can tune into webcasts and podcasts. And last but not least, we just passed it this year, but already stay tuned for the International Day of Peace next year on September 21st, when we encourage everyone to take up the Peace Day Challenge. It's about inspiring a day of action on the Day of Peace. So stay tuned for more information on that. So I hope this has given you a sense of what we mean by working in the field of international conflict management and peace building, by sharing with you a bit about who we are and some of the ways that our staff have ended up in this field. I would love to be in touch if you have additional questions or would like to connect around any of our resources or about anything else you'd like to talk about. Please do connect with me. Here is my email address that you can use. Please feel free to share it with anyone else who might be interested. And I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you for thinking about about pursuing an international focus in your college and career. And I hope that you will think about international conflict management and peace building as part of that. Thanks so much.